Good evening, everyone. This is Niyati Sathe, diet expert from Freedom from Diabetes. I would like to welcome you all for today's Samvad session. And today we are having a special person all the way from Bahrain, Mr. Dattatraya Ghadge, very energetic, very young, and passionate. Welcome you, sir, and very good evening.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Before we get to know things from your side, I just want to give a brief idea about you and your story. Sure. So, Mr. Ghadge, he's diabetic for more than 10 years. Insulin started before 4 years. After joining FFD, within just few months, he became free from insulin. When he was on insulin, he was managing his sugar with insulin and medicines, and HbA1c was almost 6.2. Now, he's free from insulin and having very limited dosage of medicines, and his HbA1c is maintained with 6.2. So, congratulations for that. And we all are happy to hear from your end. How was your journey, as you are from 71 batch, and yet 71 batch is going on. So,
yes.
A lot of things are there from your end we want to hear.
Sure.
So, first thing I want to know, when you heard the first group session or a first session from Dr. Pramod Tripathi, you watched the series with Mandira Bedi. So, yes. How was your experience? How you felt that time?
First of all, thank you very much for inviting me on the program. When I watched this program, at that time I had a difficult time because I had just had a surgery. And when I started diabetes, it was only a one medicine, glyphosate. Then it increased to galvasmate once a day, then twice a day. And after surgery, I had to start an insulin because my sugar wouldn't come down. Doctor warned me that if your sugar doesn't come down, your operation will fail. It was a knee surgery. And you have to be very careful on this thing. And I think very heavy doses of neurotics. It was such a tense moment that I was searching for something. How do I start? Where do I start? And by God's grace, occasionally, I just stumbled upon this video, Mandira Bandi interviewing Pramod Tripathi and regarding diabetes. So I think then I continued to watch that series. I think there were a couple of videos on that. So she started with famous diet like poha and all those things, and then and the interview was so well conducted that I got involved into it. And I thought we have seen many more programs on diabetes, but I think this is something different. Of course, I had heard about it earlier a couple of times, but I was not so serious. But the interaction with Dr. Pramod and Mandira, I think, gave me a very good insight into, yes, I think I must go for it. And I called the FFD website and they said, yes, you can enroll, and I paid fees and it started. I did without even thinking twice, actually. And then after registration, I informed my wife that, yes, I want to start this program. She was also equally excited, and then of course she was very worried about my diabetics health and all those things. And she promised me that she will do everything, because here a lot of things have to come from her side, because the food and the smoothie and all those things. So she really took on herself, and it was actually not only my journey; it was our journey of our family actually. So that is how it started. And after that, then there is no stopping it.
Fine. Okay, great. So when you started with FFD with 71 batch, different phases we have, like phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. So how was your experience with all the phases, like phase 2 specifically? Because from your story, I get to know that you was 95 kgs before joining FFD, and you almost lost 8 to 9 kgs, and right now you are maintaining your weight. So how that phase 2, intermittent fasting, juice feasting, and please share your experience with that.
Yeah, sure. In fact, when I started, the first phase was something, very interesting, because in the app, there were a lot of food items given. Then my wife started with many of the dishes and then we started with the morning smoothie, all those things. So I thought if that's about it, then it's going to be a very easy journey. And that time they didn't reveal that what surprises yet to come. So we were wondering what will happen in the first, second phase. I thought there could be some fasting here and there and all those things, but they never told us. After once we got settled to the new method, particularly skipping milk is one big challenge actually. At that time it was. Now I'm used to it. So skipping the normal, shifting to almond milks, having smoothie, And when I got adjusted, I thought, okay, life is very smooth and the program is very easy. And then came the second phase. And then it started with the typical intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Initially, it was very easy. I mean, you skip a meal once a day, or you first eat breakfast. Then next week you take breakfast. Then next week you don't take breakfast. That was okay, easy to manage. Little of I had experience in earlier, so we could manage it.
Yes.
Then it started with getting a bit intense, and then you fast, and alternate day you take only one meal. Then
Yes.
1 week it started that you take only one meal a day. And after that also there was some surprise which they kept telling us, yeah, wait. Then I suspected there is something dangerous going to happen. And they
Right.
announced that yes, you have to starve completely. And then with my experience being diabetic, I mean, even if I am late for a dinner for 2 hours, I start feel shivering. But with these 3-4 weeks of intermittent fasting, I used to got something about how the fasting looks, and I think I could bear it. But when this announcement came as you have to fast complete, like Mahatma Gandhi Satyagraha, so it was, but it was very difficult. And it started, but initially first day, okay, I could manage. Second day, I thought, no, I think I should quit this program. Then third day it came, but when the third day started, I felt that no, this is not about it. I mean, actually, human has much more longer capacity to be remain without food, and I can do much more. And ultimately, I was successful in without food for almost 4 days actually. So I think that was something that gave me an immense power. That the basic thing in life is that you need a food. For a human being needs food. And what is the biggest overcome fear one has, that where is my next dish going to come from? And when you realize that you can sustain in this world without food for 4 days or 5 days, I think that is the most extraordinary power that you realize within yourself, which you didn't know. I think that really changed my perspective about fasting. And then, of course, the another beautiful angle of this program was when you reverse back. It was not an immediate reversal. Again, it started unfolded the way it was folded. So you shoot back to 2 weeks of one single day fasting, and then again 3-2-1. That 1-1-0-1-0, then 3-2-3-2, then 2-2-2-2. So I think so. The journey towards the extreme fasting and then back to normalcy was something I could realize why it is so, and that really made the difference. And in the meanwhile, then my exercise schedule also had picked up. So at the end of it, I came out stronger from that second phase, much mentally more stronger. Although physically I had definitely I had become weak, but no, that mental strength which I still carry as of date.
Yes. And how was the group energy?
Group energy was very good. Group energy was something I must mention that when I'm in Bahrain and I'm doing the program alone, of course my wife was supporting very much on this. She would encourage me, keep observe me on my food habits, everything. But still, sometimes you are left when you are not in group. But the messages in the group, particularly someone from US, someone from Canada, Australia, they would message. They would even put the posters of the food they have. I mean, the typical, this is my today's nasta, this is today's my dinner. And they would inquire, where do you get this particular coupling weight from? Where do you get this particular food from? Yes. Then this is, and of course, the training sessions by all the training expert, and particularly Dr. Ganu, I think, what is.
Yes.
So they that was really that really kept me motivating actually. So even if I had a lethargic angle sometimes, or I used to take laid back, second day I would come back with the same energy that everyone in my group is doing this much. So why can't I? Why should I lag behind? I particularly remember one lady from Canada, I think, aged person. She I think was she fasted for almost 7 days, I think, and that was something unimaginable. I mean, this is something we used to hear when typical Mahatma Gandhi Satyagraha, that people used to fast. I think that really inspired me. Hats off to those people who really. I think actually the group activity makes the program very lively and encouragement. I mean,
yes. And how about inner transformation?
Yes, inner transformation. I must say something that when it started, it took a lot of time for me to get the whole idea. I mean, first of all, I felt an upset. I mean, why should I? Getting up in morning was a challenge, first of all, which I had to work on. and then
Yes.
sleeping early in the night, and then thinking about writing your diary, setting your inner goals, and
Hmm.
doing a sort of meditation where you have to think of yourself. You're standing in front of an audience or some auditorium, and then you are the center stage, and people are clapping for you, and something self. I thought how or writing a diary that the best goals in my life, challenges in my life, writing each and every small thing.
Huh.
Initially, I was reluctant to accept this, but then I had discussion with my coordinators, and they said, "No, no, you carry on this, and then you will see the difference after." And then I realized, yes, inner transformation is something which is even bigger than the intermittent fasting, because
Oh,
what it does that it works on your mind internally. And only change I had that since I am of a spiritual origin, I changed that program, particularly inner minds, the morning meditation, evening meditation, to suit my meditation tactics. So meditation habits, and that is something. In fact, last 15 years or last 25 years, I getting up in the early morning has been challenge for me. But
correct.
and also trying to sleep early is another challenge. With this program, when I tried to enforce it and I started getting benefits of it, inner transformation, even writing diary also, that reminded me so many things of my childhood past, and so many. I realized that I had these particular ambitions or particular hobbies which I missed out, and I must do something. So those
Correct.
things, small things, started unfolding before my memories, and this really continues to inspire me today also. I think
Right.
the inner transformation is one of the best phase in this entire program. But of course, which is not something you can do in a very short time. That's why it takes time. And inner transformation means every person has a different mindset, so it takes bit time to understand and appreciate and practice it.
Definitely, definitely, sir. Actually, I forgot to inform everyone that Mr. Gadge, he's a finance head, and he's having his own busy routine, busy schedule. So, sir, will you please share us how you are managing FFD protocol with your busy routine? I must say, you must be having a lot of stress. You are having, you are at particular position. So, how you are managing FFD diet, FFD exercise, and all these things together?
Yeah, I mean, that's a very good question. Of course, it took some time to adjust to this new schedule. My day normally starts 5:30 in the morning with a meditation, sort of meditation, and then little exercise, particularly Surya Namaskaras and yogas, and the morning walk up. And one I particularly like is that the crazy movements that you dance like crazy. My entire family takes a big laugh at me and say, "You never like they are waiting for to see this moment, the 2 minutes of dancing," and that really gives an energy. And then I skip breakfast. My wife prepares me with a smoothie, one at home, and then something to carry at office. And then
Okay.
in being in Bahrain, I'm fortunate that I can go for a lunch on most of the days. So
Okay.
essentially, the 25% protocol I maintain. So lunch, if I prefer rice, then I will not have chapatis, and in the
Okay.
evening, then I will have only chapatis. Then I will not take rice. And
Correct.
only challenge after 2 hours of dinner, yes, I try to do the anti-gravity exercise. Sometimes, yes, I'm able to do. Sometimes I'm not able to. The only challenge has been that being late from office, or sometimes if I have assignments to carry at home, or if I'm going outside, then it is still difficult to sleep early in the night. So because
Correct.
doctor, I mean, they recommend that you should be put your lights down by 10:30, 10:30. Sometimes, which is still a challenge, and that is why sometimes my morning sugars are still at higher. So in fact, this is an observation which I observed, but there is some issues come with profession which you can't avoid. But still, if you compare with before starting the program, I am definitely better at my regular routines. And being attached to this program continuously, in fact, gives me more meditation, and it gives me certain points where goalpost where I must revolve my life around. So actually, this makes my life, professional life, more easier. And the major issue with diabetes is that you feel tired, and you feel that you just want to take rest and do nothing else. With the reversal, and this kind of reversal with not very severe medicines and all those things, you feel more energetic. So a lot of stress, actually, I would say at least 25-30% of your stress is gone because of this thing. So you start
Correct.
enjoying the program. That's
Correct. Yes, so I can say a great transformation is there before joining FFD and after joining FFD.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. There's a big this is something we don't know. I'm wondering why I did start earlier. Uh,
Correct.
that's
So
it.
you are still enjoying FFD protocol, diet and everything, exercise and all.
Yeah, most of the thing I'm enjoying, but now currently my family is disturbed. But more or less, yes. I mean, my exercise routine continues. In fact, in this program, I realized that I'm a good runner. I'm good at running because when the phase 3 told that you have to concentrate on some of the sports activity or some of the physical activity, and then I started running.
Yes.
If I recall, 2 years before, running 500 meter was a challenge for me. Now I can easily run beyond 3 kilometers. In fact, I start walking on the ground. I just can't walk. I start running. So this is how that motivation continues. I think this has changed my lifestyle for my sure.
Correct. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. And at last, I just want you to give a takeaway message to all our viewers. So, which is very important for them. So what you would like to share with them?
I think I would like to share two messages that personally that there are so many things in your life that you thought you would never be able to do it. But when you look at from internally from differently, I think you can do this. You can overcome your hunger. You can overcome your weakness. You can set a schedule, and it really makes difference to set in a good schedule where your life is normalized. And regarding FFD, I think yes, you must. If you want to see the success, I think you must join. You must join the program where success comes along with only with the journey with FFD program. I think once an FFDN, always an FFDN in life.
Thank
So today, I mean, after 1 year, the program will end. But I will be FFD ambassador forever in my life because it has immensely benefited me. And in fact, I gave a recommendation to some of my colleagues and their families. From my knowledge, I've seen at least 5 to 6 people have joined this program after based on my recommendation. So, and when the lifestyle is reflects, and all of my relatives have started taking the advice from me regarding this food style and all those things. So it's not only about you; it's all about your family. My family also started some way or the other in helping me, and they also changed themselves. Now, smoothie is everyday essential part of our life. So that's it.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing very important your views, and I hope this is something helpful to all the viewers who are
Sure.
watching us.
Sure.
And we just wish all the best to you so that you can reduce the medicines what right now you are taking. Hopefully, you will be free from medicines soon, and just same continue with the same energy right now what you are having. And to all the viewers, thank you so much for joining us. We will come back with a new episode, with a new person, with a new free bird. Thank you so much.
All the best.